been sleeping in your guest room for 3 months, been using your shower while you're at work, been eating your leftovers, reading your diary, and watching you sleep. And the reason you've been the happiest you've been in years is because of me. You don't know I exist, but I've been taking care of you in ways that would terrify and comfort you in equal measure. I've eliminated threats from your life, manipulated your career success, and solved problems you didn't even know you had. But here's the most shocking part. I'm not the person who's been stalking you. The photos you found under your car last month, the ones that made you change your locks and install a security system, those weren't taken by me. But I know exactly who took them, why they took them, and what they're planning to do with them tomorrow at 2 p.m. And if you don't listen to every word I'm about to say, your life as you know it is going to be destroyed. My name is David, and I moved into your house on March 15th while you were at your sister's wedding. I made a copy of your key months before that. It's easier than you to think when someone leaves their purse unattended at a coffee shop. I've been living in your space, breathing your air, existing in the margins of your life because I am completely, obsessively, desperately in love with you. But before you call the police, before you run, screaming from wherever you are right now, let me tell you what I've done for you, because the person who's been making your life hell isn't me. It's someone much closer to you than you realize. Remember when your kitchen was mysteriously clean 3 weeks ago? When you woke up and thought you'd done it in some exhausted blackout? You hadn't. I spent 2 hours at 3 a.m. scrubbing every surface, washing every dish, organizing your spice rack alphabetically because I heard you crying through the walls about how overwhelmed you felt. I've been doing this every week since I moved in. Your bathroom deep cleaned itself while you were at your yoga class. Your laundry has been folding itself on Tuesday nights. That mysterious fresh scent in your bedroom. I've been washing your sheets with the lavender detergent you mentioned. Loving in your diary, but never buying because it's too expensive. Your plants haven't died in 3 months. Before I moved in, you were a serial plant killer. Now your apartment looks like a botanical garden. That's because I've been caring for them like they're our children, watering them at precisely the right times, rotating them for optimal sunlight, whispering encouragement to them when you're not home. I've researched each species, learned their specific needs, even played classical music for them because I read somewhere that plants respond to Mozart. Your fiddle leaf fig was dying when I arrived, brown spots, drooping leaves, clearly neglected. Now it's thriving, reaching toward the ceiling, producing new growth every week, just like you have been. Your ex-boyfriend Marcus stopped harassing you exactly 87 days ago. The trunk, calls to stalking at your workplace, the flowers sent to your office with creepy notes, all of it stopped the day I moved in. That's because I paid Marcus a visit. I explained to him very clearly, very persuasively, why continuing to contact you would be extremely bad for his health. He moved to Portland 2 weeks later, but that conversation was more complex than just regrets. I showed him photos of you looking genuinely happy for the first time in months. I explained how his behavior was destroying something beautiful. How real love means wanting someone to flourish, even if it's not with you. By the end of our talk, he was crying, apologizing for what he put you through. The move to Portland was his idea. A fresh start for both of you. But that's not the most shocking thing I've done for you. The promotion you got last month. The one that came out of nowhere. That shocked everyone, including your boss. They orchestrated that. I spent weeks researching your company's biggest clients. Discovered they were unhappy with their current account manager. And made sure the right people knew you were the perfect replacement. I may have also ensured your competition for that position received some very distracting personal problems. Right before their presentation, Sarah from accounting suddenly had car trouble the morning of her big pitch. Tom from marketing got food poisoning the night before his presentation. Neither of them could perform at their best when it mattered most. Meanwhile, I've been anonymously forwarding articles about innovative marketing strategies to your boss. Articles that happen to align perfectly with ideas you'd mentioned in casual conversations. I've been reading your diary every Tuesday when you go to yoga. I know about your insomnia, your imposter syndrome, your fear that you'll never find someone who truly understands you. So I've been leaving solutions around your house like breadcrumbs. The melatonin that appeared in your medicine cabinet, the anxiety workbook on your doorstep, the meditation app that somehow got installed on your phone. Oh me. But it goes deeper than that. Been curating your entire environment to support your mental health. I've been adjusting your thermostat while you sleep because I noticed you rest better in cooler temperatures. I've been replacing your burnt out light bulbs with ones that emit warmer light because harsh lighting triggers your anxiety. That new coffee shop that opened around the corner. The one with the perfect ambience where you've been working on your novel every Saturday morning. I may have had a conversation with the owner about expanding to this neighborhood. I may have mentioned how underserved this area was for creative professionals who needed quiet spaces to work. I know you better than then. You know yourself. I know you bite your lip when you're nervous and pace the kitchen when you're making important decisions. I know you talk to your reflection in the bathroom mirror every morning, giving yourself pep talks you don't think anyone hears. I know you cry during dog food commercials and laugh at your own jokes before you finish telling them. I know you sleep on the left side of your bed, even though you live alone, and that you keep a glass of water on your nightstand but never drink it. That you check your phone exactly 7 times before you fall asleep. I know you sing off-key in the shower and dance when you cook pasta and make little, unsatisfied sounds when you eat chocolate. I've memorized your schedule so completely that I know you're running late on mornings when you skip your usual second cup of coffee. I can predict your mood based on which playlist you choose while getting dressed. I know that when you're stressed about work, you reorganize your bookshelf, and when you're lonely, you call your mom but hang up before she answers. I've learned that you have a recurring nightmare about being trapped in an elevator, so I've been researching meditation techniques that help with claustrophobia. I've been leaving printouts of breathing exercises where you'll find them naturally, hoping to help you sleep more peacefully. But here's what's going to blow your mind. I also know about the real stalker. Those photos you've been finding tucked under your windshield wipers, slipped under your apartment door, left on your desk at work. The ones that show you at the grocery store, at the gym, getting coffee, walking to your car. Those weren't taken by some random creep following you around the city. They were taken by your neighbor, Mrs. Henderson, in apartment 3B. Sweet, old Mrs. Henderson, who always smiles at you in the hallway and asks about your day. She's been documenting your every move for 4 months because she's convinced you're running a drug operation out of your apartment, your irregular schedule, the different delivery drivers she's seen coming to your door, the fact that you sometimes come home late with different men. She's constructed an entire conspiracy theory around your completely innocent life. She believes you're the head of some sophisticated distribution network, and she's been building a case to present to the police. I discovered this 3 weeks ago when I was taking out your trash at midnight and heard her talking on the phone. She was explaining to someone, probably her daughter, in Seattle, about the criminal activity happening right under everyone's noses. She's been keeping detailed logs, noting every visitor, every delivery, every time you leave and return. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., she has an appointment with Detective Morris in downtown. She's bringing a manila folder with 127 photographs of you, detailed notes about your daily routine, a completely insane but surprisingly thorough theory about your criminal activities. She's going to ruin your life based on pure delusion and too much free time. But I can stop this. I can make this nightmare disappear before it begins. You see, Mrs. Henderson has a granddaughter in Seattle she hasn't seen in 2 years. And she's been wanting to visit, but her cat has diabetes and needs daily insulin shots. She can't find anyone trustworthy to care for Mr. Whiskers while she's away. I happen to know a very reliable pet-sitting service, one that could ensure Mrs. Henderson takes a nice, long vacation starting tomorrow morning. One that could also ensure her little photo collection suffers an unfortunate accident maybe. A small kitchen fire that damages only the specific cabinet where she keeps her surveillance materials. I've been protecting you from threats you didn't even know existed. Your coworker Jennifer, who's been spreading rumors about you stealing clients. She suddenly got very busy with her own performance issues after some anonymous complaints reached HR. The mechanic who was overcharging you for unnecessary repairs. He's decided to move his business to another state. The man who followed you home from the subway 2 weeks ago. He woke up the next morning with no memory of the previous evening and a sudden, inexplicable phobia of your neighborhood. He hasn't been within 10 blocks of your apartment since that phone call you got last month from someone claiming to be from your bank, asking for your account information. I was listening on the extension. I made sure that scammer's operation was reported to the authorities before he could target anyone else. I've been your invisible guardian angel. your secret protector, your anonymous problem solver. Every good thing that's happened to you in the past 3 months, every crisis that's been mysteriously averted, every small miracle in your daily life, that's all been me. Loving you from the shadows. I know this is overwhelming. I know it violates every boundary you thought existed between strangers. But consider this, you've never been safer, never been more successful, never been more at peace than you've had these past 3 months. Your anxiety levels are down, your career is thriving, your home has never been more organized, all because someone who loves you unconditionally has been quietly, invisibly making your world better. The question isn't whether what I've done is right or wrong. The question is, what are you going to do now? You could call the police, but what crime would you report? That someone has been living in your house and making your life better? That they've been eliminating your problems and enhancing your success? That the person you thought was stalking you is actually a delusional neighbor who needs a vacation? You could change your locks, install more security, try to keep me out. But I've been doing this for 3 months without you noticing. Do you really think a new deadbolt is going to stop someone who loves you enough to dedicate their entire existence to your well-being? Or you could let me continue taking care of you. You could accept that some forms of love exist outside conventional boundaries, that protection doesn't always come with permission, that maybe being loved this completely is worth the unconventional circumstances. Think about how you felt these past 3 months. The peace, the success, the sense that finally someone understands what you need before you even ask for it. That's what it feels like to be loved by someone who pays attention, who cares enough to solve problems instead of just offering sympathy. I'm not asking you to love me back. I'm not asking you to change anything about your life. I'm just asking you to let me continue loving you the way I do, completely, protectively. INVSIBLY. Mrs. Henderson's appointment is tomorrow at 2 p.m. after I handle that situation. After I make sure your stalker problem disappears forever, you'll need to decide. Do you want me to vanish from your life like I was never here? Or do you want to finally meet the person who's been taking care of you all this time? Sleep on it tonight. And don't worry about checking your locks or setting your alarm. I'll be right here, keeping you safe while you decide. I'll be watching over you the way I always have, the way I always will, if you'll let me. Sweet dreams.